Good morning. I didn't really want to turn that music off. I was kind of digging that. All right. I got a couple videos we can watch right off the bat. Hopefully somebody can tell me if the audio sounds like shit or not. But there was another one I was trying to find too. I found it on mobile, but I can't find it on... I wasn't finding it in the tweet deck. There we go. Let's see if I can find it. All right, quick check of the roads. No cars. Oh, I see somebody off in the distance in Cottage Grove. Seems to be 4 cars on the freeway near Sutherland. 3 more on that side. Road conditions are looking great. Whole bunch of people there. It looks foggy. I'd slow down in the fog. Turn your headlights on too. I notice a lot of people drive in the fog without their headlights on. That's kind of dumb. Or your taillights. When you don't have any taillights on your car and you're driving in the fog like that, man, that's just dumb. Let's get some white cookies going here. White cookies are my favorite. So, let's get into this. I found a couple videos that look fun before we get into the news. Or I guess before we look and see if there's any news. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to pause my mic and then play, because the new headphones I got, the dog ate them already. 3 days in, and my brother's dog chewed the cable off my new headset. So, all right, here we go. This, I didn't have any context on this one. It didn't say where they were, but it looks like it's at a zoo.
So am I, gentlemen. So am I.
Are you a peaceful protest? This is peaceful. This is peaceful. Peaceful protest.
Everybody.
You got enough violence. Peaceful.
I really have no idea. Go back to the beginning and see that kid again. Okay, here comes the Biden rage.
Hurt you! You better watch out!
Back up, Alpha.
Fuck you right, you want to
Back up, Alpha.
That kid is awesome. I wouldn't mess with him.
So am I.
Are you a peaceful protest? This is peaceful. This is peaceful. Peaceful protest.
Everybody.
You got enough violence. You got enough violence. Peaceful. You better control that.
What you got? Just calm down.
Peaceful.
Now look that way.
We got enough violence.
16-year-old autistic boy! Way to go, punks!
He asked for it.
Way to go! You retard! Come stand in my face, you redneck bastard! You want to talk about my boy? You want to call my boy a retard? I will slap the goddamn taste out of you!
No violence.
Joe Biden's your president.
No violence. No violence. No violence. No
I
violence.
feel that way!
No violence.
Let me tell you something, you aborted bastard! You're a retroactive one!
Stop in a mile up that way. We'll get away from all these people.
No idea. I have no idea what's going on there. But I love when the redneck lady... I love when the redneck lady yells, "You redneck bastard!" That's a good one. And then I found another one too that came in this morning that was pretty funny. Not Tim Pool. Tim Pool was there testing the audio with me last night. Here we go. Let's go. Where'd it go? This guy. This one, I kind of feel bad for the guy. I think this one's kind of stupid. Whoops, we lost him. From Rooster, Red Bite. I don't know who actually did this one, or who the video is, or whatnot. But let's check this one out.
Trump 2020! Trump 2020! Keep America great! Say no to socialism! Say no to creepy... This is a public park! This is a public park! Say no to creepy Joe Biden! Say no to creepy Joe Biden! Trump 2020! Say no to creepy Joe Biden!
I just got to say real quick, I love this part coming up. I don't know if you guys remember the blue helmets, or the bucket heads, or whatever the hell they were called. Not blue helmets. What was it? It was the blue things they would put on their car in some country, and I'm pretty sure it's the blue bucket head or whatever. And the guy was going around knocking them off of people's cars that were using them so they could drive in the fast lane or whatever. Kind of like carpool lane. And the guy gets out of his car and slaps this guy's bucket off his head, and underneath the bucket was another bucket. I don't know if anybody has any clue what I'm talking about, or if I do. I don't remember. It's not the white helmets. It's these. They have these blue things on their cars that let them know that they're government or something like that, so they can drive in the carpool lane kind of thing. I'll have to see if I can find that. I don't remember what that was. I think it might have been, yeah, it was Russia. Oh, it's 2010. Man, that was a long time ago. All right, we'll get back to this guy.
Don't touch me! It's illegal to touch me!
We'll get back to him in just a second. It was drivers use buckets to fight Russian double standard. Moscow drivers attach blue buckets to their cars to protest Migalki? I don't know. Blue lights. So Russia's double standard for the rich and powerful and the hoi polloi, whatever. The blue lights, for years, epitomized Russia's double standard. Okay, the lights allow cars to drive in special lanes. Here we go. The blue lights allow cars to drive in special lanes, go the wrong way, and ignore speed limits and red lights. So there was a protest against these guys, and it's like, you know those little magnet lights you could stick on your car? They would have the blue one on there, and that would mean that they could drive through in a different lane. Well, the protest against it, this guy's wearing a bucket on his head, and this rich guy gets out of his car and slaps the bucket off of the dude's head, and then he keeps running, and as the bucket flies off, there's another bucket underneath. It was just hilarious. Double bucket, dude. And that's kind of, oh, hey, Tim, that's kind of what happens here, and it's this guy, double red hat guy.
This is a public park! Say no to Joe! Say no to Pete! Say no to Pete, baby! Trump 2020, baby! Keep America great! 4 more years of President Trump! 4 more years of President Trump, baby! We love President Trump! We love this country! Say no to Marxism and socialism! Antifa! There he is, Antifa! Antifa!
Rejecting racism
Joe Biden. You support Antifa, Mayor Christman! You support Antifa!
for a better future for this
You
country.
support Antifa, Christman! You tell your officers to stand down while they ride and loot in St. Pete! Shame on you, Mayor!
Don't you feel
Shame
a little
on
sorry
you!
for a
Hey,
president
David
who
Decker!
finds it
Shame on
necessary to
you,
draw
Mayor
this kind of
Christman!
support?
You tell the police to stay down!
I don't have any context on that one either. The tweet just says I'm dead. This is awesome. I'm surprised that there are more people there than I thought would be. I don't know who that guy is, but that was kind of funny. And the fact that he's wearing, that you got two hats, not just one. I mean, when you go two hats, dude, that means you're serious. All right, let's see what happened overnight that we missed out on. France is blowing up. Well, not yet, but it's going to. Let's get this one open over here. See what we got here. String of terror attacks in nice. There we go. String of terror attacks in Nice, France. Terrorists behead several people, killing 3 and injuring others, shouting Allahu Akbar at the time of the attack. France raises national security alert to its highest level. Multiple terror attacks nationwide. Man. I don't know what the video's of. Police running into somewhere. All right, let's see what we can get on the news on it. I'm not going to read a news website that says they need my permission to click buttons and whatever. Turn them off, they're annoying. There we go. Okay, France terror attack. We'll check Google, but I bet Google won't have it. Google's got it down at the bottom. Now here we go. Knife attack. CNN, the most trusted name in news. Here we go. Something's probably going to autoplay and scream in your headphones. So if you're wearing headphones, get ready. Nice. I can't help but say it like that, like, oh, nice. Every time I see it, and it's like, there was that truck attack a few years ago in Nice, or however you say it, and I'm like, yeah, nice, truck attack. Nice attack is second. It's got to be something other than nice, but maybe it is nice. Nice attack is second major incident in France in 2 weeks and comes amid growing tensions. They're on the wrong side. Let me fix that. I don't know if anybody actually reads along when people do this, but it bothers me that my text is off to the side. Right. The knife attack in Nice is the second major incident in France in just 13 days, coming with the country still reeling from the slaying of a teacher, Samuel Paty, who was beheaded after using caricatures of Islam's prophet Muhammad during a lesson. Oh, really? Abdulka, an 18-year-old Chechen refugee, took credit for the beheading of Paty, 47, who taught history, and it just now dawned on me that this was a dude. Samuel Paty was a dude. I thought he killed a woman teacher. Anyway, shows how much I've been paying attention to it. But look, where were we? Paty had taught a class. Oh, yeah. Paty had taught a class. Nope. Who taught history and geography at a school in Paris. Police killed the teen in Iragny, the same Paris suburb where Paty's body was found. Patty had taught a class on freedom of expression during which he used characters of the prophet taken from Charlie Hebdo, sparking controversy in the weeks preceding his death, authorities said. These fucking people that are killing people over cartoons are dumb. I mean, there's really no way to... There's no way to sugarcoat that. They're just a bunch of fucking dummies. Anyway, when you're mad over a cartoon, shut up. Let's see. His murder caused France's long-simmering tensions over secularism, Islamism, and religious equality to again erupt into public view. 5 years after a massacre at the offices of satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo, which had previously published controversial cartoons depicting the Prophet Muhammad. They shot the place up over cartoons and killed... Didn't they kill people? I can't remember. It's not America, so I don't really pay attention. I don't really know the details of it. President Macron paid tribute to the teacher whom he said was killed because he was teaching students freedom of speech, the freedom to believe and not believe. Thousands gathered to celebrate free speech and decry violence in a number of demonstrators across the country. I have a hard time pronouncing the names sometimes because I want to say it like they do on TV. Like, they have to say it all weird because they know it's French, even though the person's just white American AF that's reading you the news, and they're like, President Macron. You realize how stupid you sound when you try to make it sound French, or whatever it is? There's one who's the one they do it with that's really bad? Angela? I don't know. There's Angela Merkel, and they try so hard to make names from other countries sound weird when just look at it. Angela Merkel. Alright? That's the way you would say it in the US, you know, like President Macron. You know? I think I had a Macron chip in one of my computers, but whatever. Let Trump. But alright, where do we go? Oh, this was here we go. President Macron paid tribute to the teacher whom he said was killed because he was teaching students freedom of speech, the freedom to believe and not believe. Thousands gathered to celebrate free speech and decry violence in a number of demonstrations across the country. Somebody called for, they called for riots, and it really tripped me out. I got it over here, I think. I can read it to you if I can find it. Right here. Muslims calling for a boycott of French products after Macron condemns Islamic extremism following the beheading of a teacher. They want to boycott French products. First off, I don't even know what French make. I think, what, like, do they eat cheese and milk? What do the French make? Fries? No, they don't make French fries. Those are made at McDonald's. French bread? Those are French toast. We already boycotted French toast here in the United States, though. When we decided to do 9/11 and all that, all those wars and whatnot, and the French said, "Hey, we're not going." A lot of the places renamed French toast Freedom Toast. So, if you go to my local diner, you no longer can get French toast. You get Freedom Toast. Mission accomplished. But yeah, anyway, so the Muslims are calling for a boycott of French products after Macron condemned Islamic extremism. So that seems like a weird reason to do that, to say we're not going to buy your products because you said we shouldn't kill people in the name of our religion. I don't know, that just seems odd to me. Anyway, where were we? President Macron paid tribute. Nope, we were there. But an international flare-up over the treatment of Muslims in France broke out after the attack. Turkey has been particularly critical of Macron's handling of tensions I'm going to say it different every time, in the country, saying on Wednesday that we are going through a time in which anti-Islam and Muslim hatred is spreading like cancer among Europe. I don't think that's the case. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan also said in the past week that Macron needs mental treatment over his attitude toward Muslims in France, prompting the French government to withdraw its ambassador from Ankara. The Turkish foreign minister condemned Thursday's attack in Nice, saying there is no reason that can justify killing a person or justify violence. It's clear that those who organize such a brutal attack in a holy place of worship do not have any religious, humanitarian, and moral values. So they're starting religious wars. Hooray! 28 minutes ago. Wow, this is fresh. What do we know about the knife attack? They beheaded one. This is what I read. It says one new update. Don't look. Look away from the screen. I'm going to scroll up really fast. Is this a new one or? Oh, one new update. Where'd it go? Okay. There. Wait, that's the update? Pope praying for victims of Nice attack, Vatican says. Well, thank the Lord. I was wondering, man. I was really hoping the Pope was going to come out and say something about this. Now we know. Woo! Thanks, Pope. I was gonna change the website to something else, but I was gonna go back and check the traffic. But we better stay right here just in case the Pope does something. Does the Pope shit in the woods? All right, forget that guy. Let's finish off this joint. Fine tobacco products. I'm a connoisseur of fine tobacco products. Looks like we got construction and maintenance. 3 cars on the road again. Can't afford night vision over in Coos County. Oh, we're up to 6 cars on the freeway. Take it easy out there. Nobody on the highways. Looking safe. Huh. Slow down through the fog and everything should be fine. Ain't nobody on the road anyway. What else we got going on? What's the next news? There's got to be something good. I wonder if, now, maybe this is just the fine tobacco products talking, but you know how like here in the U.S., I'm going to switch this back over just in case the Pope does it, just in case the Pope does a backflip. So you know how like in the U.S., like a criminal gets shot in one state by the cops. So in Portland, they go and knock down a statue or something like that. I wonder if they do the same thing in France. Like, will there be attacks other places because of the injustice of showing a picture of the prophet took place somewhere else? Like, do they just do them all over and they're like, told you not to draw that. You didn't see that video? I mean, I feel bad. The guy was apparently having something mental going on. But then he also had at least 12 prior arrests, history of domestic violence. He had ample time to put the knife down, repeated warnings. I mean, it was, I don't think the cops should have used deadly force, but I also don't think that guy should have been running at the cops with a knife. So what are you going to do? There's a whole bunch of, must be the end of the quarter or something like that. A whole bunch of financial news. I don't really pay much attention to financial news. I don't really care about financial news. I just earn money and put it in pocket, put it in my bank. That's about it. Sometimes I look at the Dow. Here we go. There it is. Oh, I started talking about a different one. I got you now, Freddie. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, yeah, there's like 4, 8, 12 different mugshots. I mean, so 12, at least 12 arrests. I was trying to find more video from France, but I think this is the same one we already watched. And yeah, it's just them running, the cops running into a building. The Pope hasn't done a backflip yet, so we're still good there. Yeah. Oh no, I lost a tab. I lost you guys. There you are. Yeah, I just used an excuse to loot. Yeah, those things are stupid. They shut it down last night though. Let's get that up. Let's see what they did to shut down Philly. I think this one, let's see if this is a good one. I don't have any time to run this through NewsGuard like Tim, so I gotta read through it real quick. Okay, here we go. Whoops. So Philly calmed down, looks like. Get in here, Philly. Oh, I dropped it again. Where are my mouse batteries going dead? There we go. Okay. I think I'm crooked again, though. I am. Thanks to that last one that was too big. Or too small. Now our news is all the wrong size. Whatever the hell's going on. There we are. Philly enforces curfew after nights of unrest over killing of Walter Wallace Jr. Philadelphia enforced 9 p.m. curfew Wednesday in an attempt to stop looting and keep people and police safe after nights of unrest following the shooting death of Walter Wallace Jr. Let me get back. Yeah, I've been saying from the beginning that these people are communists, and that's all they are. They're just a bunch of commies, you know. They just latched themselves onto something and used the name, I guess. A citywide curfew. Oh, here we go. What to know. After 2 nights of protests, unrest and looting following the shooting death, Philadelphia called for residents to stay indoors 9 p.m. Wednesday until 6 a.m. Thursday. The curfew was aimed towards slowing down looting and other damage. I don't know what else they could loot. Wasn't everything already gone? Like, you would think after 2 days they got it all already. Well, show's almost over. Yeah. Provocateurs. A citywide curfew was in effect for Philadelphia Wednesday into Thursday, following 2 nights of protest and unrest and looting. In the aftermath of the shooting, the curfew went into effect 9 p.m. Wednesday, lasted 6. The Pennsylvania State Police Mounted Patrol Unit gathered in Center City while Philadelphia police officers lined up outside the 18th District headquarters on 55th and Pine Street to enforce the curfew. A handful of protesters were arrested outside the 18th District. Police said they refused to leave for the curfew after receiving several warnings. And here's a tweet from the Pennsylvania State Police Mounted Patrol gathered. These people just say the same thing over and over. They're really good. About an hour after the curfew began, several looters broke into the Lord and Taylor store on City Avenue near Belmont Avenue in Bala. Is that a word or is that a misspelling? C-Y-N-W-Y-D? Montgomery County? Bala, what the hell? Is that a real word? This is where having the the too many ADHDs doesn't help. Uh-oh. There we go. We get sidetracked and then we start doing all sorts of news. Put that over here real quick, and that way I can pretend I'm not doing this. It is a place. Huh. Balakinwood. 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 Duh. Balakinwood. Balakinwood, Montgomery County. You didn't know that? Responding police officers chased after the suspects and captured one man on 54th Street and Pennsgrove Avenue. Police said they also recovered a gun. There were also reports of looters trying to break into the nearby Target store on Philadelphia side of City Avenue. And that's the other thing. I don't know what the hell Lord and Taylor is. I think it's what is it, like skinny jeans? Is it a skinny jeans store? Let's see if this will play. What's going on? The cops swarming City Avenue as the front window busted out at Lord and Taylor. Reports of looters nearby Target. If you're just listening, then that's a bunch of people standing, a bunch of cops standing outside of a thing. Outside the skinny jeans store. No? I'm trying.
Ran out the street. Their minds was already set up to kill them.
NBC 10 breaking news. That breaking news, the city under curfew tonight. All of Philadelphia was ordered to stay indoors until 6 a.m. An order police aren't taking lightly as protesters were handcuffed in West Philadelphia. Backup arriving just a few hours ago. Dozens of Pennsylvania State Police and armored vehicles are in Philly right now to enforce that curfew.
But you know what? That didn't stop another night of looting. This time across the county line, Skyforce 10 capturing these looters smashing their way right into a department store in Ballackinwood. You're watching NBC 10 News at 11. I'm Jim Rosenfield.
And I'm Jacqueline London. This is the third night of unrest following the shooting death of Walter Wallace by Philadelphia police officers. Our team is bringing you the latest in this ongoing situation, from the police response to protesters to Wallace's grieving family and the officers injured during the unrest. We begin with the continued ransacking of business. This one that you're looking at right now. NBC 10's Aaron Baskerville is outside the Lord & Taylor in Ballackinwood. Aaron, this was hit just within the hour.
City Avenue, Jim and Jackie, has been swarming with officers for the last 45 minutes. You can see here, Haverford Township is here, State Police have been here, Philadelphia Police, also Lower Merion Police. Walk with me up here to the door. You can see the Lord & Taylor right here. The front window is smashed in. For the last 40 minutes, an officer has been standing here just waiting and seeing if somebody is going to walk out of this, the looters that were in there. Just about 5 minutes ago, an officer walked in there with a security guard here at this department store to check the cameras to see what they can find out. A dog was inside here sniffing around to see if anybody is in there hiding out. We've heard of that happening over the last 2 days.
When he said there was a dog in there, I just
go
figured
inside
it was
the
random
store
dog,
and they kind of
or do you mean
hide
a
out
police
and
dog?
wait until the officers leave.
Like
Tonight we
looters,
talked
and all
to
they
a
found was
whole
just a
bunch
pit
of
bull in the
businesses,
corner.
some that were hit last night. They're still trying to figure out their next move.
How many times can a business rebuild in the same community that's tearing themselves apart? It's heartbreaking.
For the second time in 5 months, the owners of City Blue are forced to rebuild. On Monday night, their clothing store on 52nd Street in West Philly was destroyed by looters. Photos show the aftermath and what it will now take to get back on their feet.
If we don't have the businesses, we don't have the community. If there's no business, the community is going to die, and the people who live in the community, they're going to suffer for years to come.
Neighborhoods throughout the city boarded up ahead of the citywide curfew tonight. Store owners in Port Richmond tell NBC 10 there's real concern looters will come back a second night. Walter Wallace's father says last night's behavior is not honoring his son.
I'm against this looting and tearing up the city, you know what I mean? Come together instead of divide, you know what I mean? And, you know, we tearing up our own community and our resource, and we ain't got nothing back to go to.
Police say they are seeing a concentration on big box stores in areas where looters can gather quickly. They say there is more of a spontaneous pop-up looting element now, different from what they saw in May and June.
Yeah, Freddie, that's what I was saying, is that this is the third night, so it's pretty much over. They already robbed everything. So they had to go set up a photo op for the third night because they're like, we got to keep this going, man. I want to get my overtime. I'm going to buy a boat.
Philadelphia is now using roving teams of officers specializing in responding to looting calls. The curfew is one more tool, according to the commissioner.
But at some point, we have to make sure that we are not only continuously evaluating the effectiveness of the curfews, but...
Okay, two things. First off, Danielle Outlaw, she used to be the whatever in Portland. Like, she was a police something in Portland. I forget what exactly her job was there, but somebody that remembers that stuff will know what I'm talking about. She was not commissioner. There's another word for it. And then she left and went there. And both cities are on fire. Both places she worked are on fire. No, we got to go back. We got to go back to whoops.
Teams of officers specializing in responding to looting calls. The curfew is one more tool.
That lady's got no pants on.
Commissioner.
But at some point, we have to make sure that we are
She's got no pants on. She can pull her shirt down.
Evaluating the effectiveness of the curfews, but evaluating to determine if we're reaching the point of diminishing returns. At some point, we have to make sure that we are not only
roving teams of officers specializing in responding to looting calls. The curfew is one more tool.
It goes dark when I pause it, but that lady's out there looting for pants. She's going to get pants, dude. See, it's just the less fortunate that don't have anything and they're out there trying to get stuff. They're like, she just needs pants. She hasn't got her stimulus money. Nancy Pelosi's holding up her stimulus money, so she had to go steal pants.
According to the commissioner.
But at some point, we have to make sure that we are not only continuously evaluating the effectiveness of the curfews, but evaluating to determine if we're reaching the point of diminishing returns.
So right now I can tell you at least 4 different police departments are working together. For those who do not know, City Avenue is the street that runs from West Philadelphia to Lower Merion Township. It's on the border. We also just heard reports about a half hour ago of some folks trying to break into the Target about a half a block down this way. But you can see the damage left behind from some looters. Right now they continue to check that security footage to see if anybody's still inside, if they can get a face on anybody that ran out of here. Philadelphia police say last night 1,000 looters stretched their resources thin. They had 297 reported incidents just last night. For now, we're live in Lower Merion Township. Aaron Baskerville, NBC 10 News.
All right, Aaron, thank you. And just into our NBC 10 newsroom, Skyforce 10 video of police arresting a looting suspect in West Philly. Police believe that suspect broke into that Lord & Taylor store where Aaron just was live on City Avenue. Police caught up with him at 54th Street and Pensgrove Avenue in West Philly. They are now looking for 2 other suspects.
This is the new iPhone 12
And you just
Pro
heard Walter
with 5G,
Wallace's
and it's on
grieving family a
AT&T,
few minutes
the
ago saying
fastest
they do
nationwide
not condone looting. Well, now his parents are facing how and
Man, I don't know. Looting for pants, dude. That was hilarious. Right there. That's just fantastic, dude. I mean, try to imagine that scenario. You're just like, you're sitting at home and you get a text and they're like, you know, you're just watching TV, or like, you're just sitting on the internet, you know, you're just hanging out. Checking your shit, seeing what's up, who's posted whatever, and then all of a sudden you get a text that says, hey, we're looting the thing, you want to go? And you're like, oh shit, right now? I gotta go. And so you just jump up and take off so you can go start looting. Because it's like, you gotta be ready to go when it's loot time, I guess. I mean, it's really no different than a swimsuit, but it's panties, and it's like 11 p.m. or something, they said, when these people started doing this. So she just jumped up out of bed and went looting. Oh, man. That's just fantastic. Huh. All right. Let's get away from, let's get out of here. Let's leave her alone. She's fine. She ain't bothering nobody in her underwear. Oh, man. Traffic's picking up. What are we at? I lost a window. 47 minutes, man. I haven't been talking long enough. I just about finished the pot of coffee, though. I might finish the pot of coffee before my hour. Oh well. Let's find out what else we can do. Anything else going on? Any other news? Anything big happening? Any breaking nonsense? Twitter suspended the U.S. border chief for celebrating the wall's protection from illegal aliens. That makes sense. Huh. So the U.S. economy grew at 33.1% annual rate in July through September quarter, by far the largest quarterly gain on record, rebounding a plunge in the spring. Yet the recovery from the deepest recession since the Great Depression remains far from complete. Economy's doing great. I don't see any other super interesting breaking news we need to get to. Everything looks pretty standard, other than France cutting people's heads off. It's France, right? No updates. Still just the Pope sitting there. Oop. I suppose I could be the Pope? No, I couldn't. That's not nice. I keep grabbing the wrong one. All right. So there's no news on the France thing. Still people stabbed. What were we talking about? Might be time to go take a shower and get ready for work now that I can't remember what I'm doing. I go to work in 3 hours. Pope Umpqua. Yeah, I kind of felt bad doing that. Like, what if I'm breaking a blasphemy law by putting my face on the Pope? I don't want to get beheaded. U.S. jobless claims came in at 751,000 for the week ending October 24th, the lowest level since the week of March 14th. So, we're back, baby, right? I guess that's what that means. The only way to really know if any of that means a shit, you go here and you type in DJIA. And you see that the Dow Jones is down 152. And then you go and you make a post on a conspiracy forum about the incoming Karsh. So, there you go. There's your financial news. Umpqua is the name of a native tribe that was originally in the area that I'm from. So they're the original inhabitants, or as far back as we know anyway. Because I'm sure it was aliens before then. But yeah, Umpqua was a tribe that lived in this area. And that's what it's all, that's what the whole, everything's named after now. The rivers, the whatnot, the Umpqua River, North Umpqua, South Umpqua, Main Umpqua, and yeah. It's a tribe that lived all along here. Yeah, I tried to do the, what is it, the ancestry thing. And I got back like 5 generations and everybody was right here. And so I never, you know, I got a connection to the area, and then, you know, I grew up out in the mountains and the woods and all over along up the rivers and everything and the creeks and whatnot. And it's the same place where these people lived, the natives. And I mean, there's artifacts all over up in there. There's evidence of them, of where they lived. There's drawings in the caves that they left. Like, I don't know. It's a really cool thing to know that there was people just living out there in the mountains. You know, just like 20 miles up the road, there was a tribe just however, you know, hundreds of years ago, throwing spears at fish. No, they built really cool nets and shit like that. Like, it was nice. Then the white man got here and gave them all alcohol, and they just got drunk. And all right. Oh my. Our traffic alerts are off to the side. That damn CNN site was messing it up. Let's see what we're at. We're at 55 minutes, man. Did an hour. Did a pot of coffee. Had a great time. Feeling good and pumped up and ready for the day. Hey, Chris, you're late. We're about to shut her down. We went through everything and a pot of coffee already, man. France is killing. There's a religious war in France, and civil war in the U.S., and the roads are clear, and it's a little bit foggy, so slow down. And that's the that pretty much covers everything we talked about. Oh, in Philadelphia, there's nothing left to rob in Philadelphia. So. If you can, rewind the stream and watch where the lady has no pants and she's out looting. But other than that, I'm going to head out. You guys have a fantastic day, and thanks for being here. I'll see you tomorrow morning or somewhere on the internet.